What's up, friends? Today I'm going to share with you guys, just with you, the secret to how I beat lust. Not beat lust, because you may hear this term quite a lot, because you don't eliminate the sexual desire, but instead control it and manage it in a healthy way that doesn't stop you from reaching your goals, that doesn't stop you from making the money that you want, that doesn't stop you from having the fantastic relationship that you deserve. Now, this video is aimed at people that are watching porn, dopamine, people that struggle with dopamine. And lastly, people that struggle with lust in general, like one night stands that continuously do it over and over again when they know they shouldn't be doing it. So semen retention. Semen retention is simply the act of retaining your semen. And a lot of people struggle because they get in habits, you know? Every time you watch porn and you get that dopamine, that neural pathway is getting stronger. So I'm not here to teach you neuroscience, I'm just giving you how it kind of works. I did 6 months of semen retention, and the biggest thing that allowed me to manage lust in a more healthy way, in a more efficient way, was breaking the habit, breaking the trigger that I had. The trigger is the base of every reaction. So you feel hungry and then you eat. You feel sad and then you cry. You feel happy and then you go out. The trigger is the thing that's going to lead to the action, because the emotion is what leads to actions, not logic. We are irrational beings. Me and you are both irrational beings. We both need to accept that. And a lot of people nowadays, delusionally, they don't accept it. I'm giving you some real gold over here. And another thing that I realized, that there is a lot of shit, a lot of bad information about this, because I understand there's a lot of fakes that are trying to give advice on something they have no experience in. And here I am to break the pattern, to give you the truth. So with semen retention, what actually happens? A lot of people say you get more confidence, you have better game, you get more girls. They try to paint this fantastic picture that if you go in semen retention, your brain is rewired automatically. You have now confidence, you have now success. That's not true. That is an absolute myth. And I don't want you to believe in such a myth, because once you do it, your expectations will be ruined. However, they won't exactly be ruined, because semen retention is absolutely fantastic if you want to have more energy. And at the end of the day, life is energy. You getting up in the morning is you exuding energy. You working out, that's energy. You going on a date with a girl, that's energy. Everything you do is based on the energy that you have. Now, what are you using the energy for? The energy is not created or destroyed. We learned this when we were young, and that's absolutely true. It's only transferred. So where are you transferring this energy is important, because you have a limit of energy. Let's say this is the amount of energy that you have throughout your day. Now, you wake up in the morning, you have a wank. Now there's less energy. It's 8 a.m, I don't know when you wake up, but you already have less energy than you started. Now you text girls. Call them, think about them, watch their social medias, and you've lost even more energy. Because attention is energy. Attention is essentially what energy is. And you actually have a certain amount every day, but what are you using it on? And in the topic of semen retention simply allows you to withhold that energy for something else, transmute it for something else. Whether that's you working out, whether that's you chasing your goals, whether it's you going out, whatever it is, you have more energy because you've expended less on things that essentially, you got to be honest with yourself, don't really lead to any great outcomes and don't fulfill you in any way. That's the most important thing. Then you get to 12 p.m, you have a nap, energy's back. But if you don't have a nap and instead you go back on social medias, you scroll on TikToks of fit girls, this is what happens. Less energy. Now it gets to the evening. Let's say you have a call. Let's say you got work. Let's say you want to work out. You're like, I'm tired. I only have this much energy left. Essentially, all semen retention does is it retains the energy within you. What people like to call your life energy. Doesn't matter what you call it, it's energy, okay? We'll keep it simple. And you can transmute the energy into getting your goals, doing things that actually fulfill you, going out there, Because a lot of people, the reason they don't want to go out there and find a girlfriend is because they wank all the time. They don't need to, right? You've essentially told your brain, yeah, I'm having kids. No, you're not, mate. A big part of it is something that I want to save you from is the lies. The fact that you get confidence, the fact that you get more girls, that is absolute bullshit. But I can tell you, you get more energy. So therefore, if you have more energy, you can probably do more things. I'm going to give you the 3 quick answers to your questions that you may have right now. How do you beat it? Find the trigger, find the why, change it, understand it, take yourself out from that environment, and it's changed. Rewire your brain. Second thing, does semen retention give you confidence? No, it doesn't. Does it give you more girls? No, it doesn't. What does it actually do? It gives you more energy. In how long? I don't know. But in a week, you'll see results. I think I got good results and I felt more energetic after 5 days of doing it. Now, 3 months in, I was high off myself. I was very energetic. Don't get me wrong, I still had the same amount of energy, but throughout the day, I had more because I was expending less on lust, expending less on sexual desires. Wanking is not going to lead to reproduction. In fact, it's going to hinder it because you have less desire to reproduce because you're telling your brain you are when you're obviously not. Now, if you want to work with me, I'll work with open-minded people and that essentially want to change their mindset, want to remove their traumas, want to get into better relationships, not with just themselves, but also with other people, and live a more fulfilling and better life. I have the blueprint for that. It's not cheap, but it's definitely worth it. And now, have a fantastic day.